Good morning, everyone. I'm Kathy Hazel Adams, and thank you for joining me today. Today, it's Sunday, March 23rd, 2025, and I need to talk with you this morning about the fact that I have been feeling very strongly for the last 2 or 3 days, and still am, that it's here. We're in it. I feel like we're on the front tail, so to speak, of the solar flash. I'm sure you've been feeling it. The energies are different. They're changing. I've been given some energetic insights that I want to share with you. Not stark predictions so much as just energetic information that I have been shown this morning. So I'll share that with you, and we'll go from there. So first of all, I just have to say this. There is so much love and support. I keep seeing beloved, supported, abundance. I just keep seeing these words, and I feel that I am a representative of this energy. I have been energetically just with you, loving you, holding your hand energetically for days now, for 2 or 3 days, in a very conscious way. I can feel it, and it's not just a Kathy personal thing. It's representative of the divine universal consciousness loving you, supporting you, holding you as beloved, and all the other, I call them other dimensionals, extraterrestrials that aren't even in the physical dimension, that kind of higher dimension consciousness, like the ascended masters. So I just want you to know that you are being held in such love and support. And if you're watching this, you're part of that love and support for others that are not quite consciously aware yet of what's going on, but we are. And that's part of our job, is to we're updating as I speak, let that energy that's coming in for the new higher dimension of human consciousness to essentially be a conductor for that energy, and to know that's what's going on, you guys. And so if you feel weird or anxious, or you feel things going on, to not be scared by it at all. Just sort of, I'm going to say, hold steady, not in a rigid, frightened way, but in a, I'm fine. It's almost like almost as if you were a glass tube or vessel, and this energy is not glass, because that blocks things, and this isn't a blockage. It's a broadcast, but you're a conduit, a conductor for this upgraded energy, and your body is, and your energetic field is, and you can know that, and just literally be that space, hold that space, and just know everything is okay, and let the love and support and the upgrades broadcast through you into the earth, into the conscious collective. I didn't know we were going to start with that. So I want to share with you right now. And by the way, before I go on, if you like the video, please click like, subscribe, ask questions, leave comments, share it with your friends. It helps other people find the video. And also, please stay till the end, because I have 3 quick little notes to share with you. Here's what came, as still is, rushing through to me in my morning's meditation. I told you a day or so ago when I posted a video that I had been seeing this, the old paradigm energy of the hierarchical power structure, all the power being with a few people, very fear-based, very separation-based, not love-based, but power, control, adversarialness, and I saw that like a tsunami going to be swept away. And I had actually seen that vision, very honestly, a long time ago when Trump was elected. And it's not just about Trump. It's leaders like that all over the world that think war and being against everybody else on the planet is somehow a good thing. I saw, if you've ever driven by a seaside town where they have storm surges from hurricanes in Florida, I live in Florida now, you'll see pilings sticking up where whole buildings and restaurants and things used to be. The storm surge comes through and you're gone. Nothing left but a stick here or there sticking up out of the water. And I saw that when Trump was elected. I saw that this whole power hierarchical adversarial minded thing wasn't going to last. Good enough. So what I had been seeing lately is, I described to you, and I'm still seeing that, sort of it's a mesh net, almost the kind you would maybe buy onions or oranges in from the grocery store, like one of those mesh nets that you can run water through because it's all holes. A great big one, holding this sort of enormous body of information and energy. And it was holding it back, but I told you I was seeing some of the netting just like fraying and breaking open. Well, this morning I see this mesh net holding this body of information, energies, change, probably some abundance and support in there for everybody, as in balancing it across the population, all kinds of things. But a bust through from the old way into the new. I'll put it that way. And this morning when I see it, there's a big rupture. It's already ruptured. It's done. What it feels like I'm seeing is just a quick snapshot right at the moment where it ruptures, but the contents haven't spilled out yet, if that makes sense. Like those time-lapse photos where you can catch every second of something happen. This is like that second, on the event horizon. It ruptured, but it hasn't spilled out yet. And for whatever reason, what is spilling out it's like a big water balloon, but it's more dense than water. It's almost more like thickening liquid jello. That's the only way I can explain it. So it is happening. It ruptured. I keep seeing, I don't know why, I do keep seeing Pete HEGSETH. And I don't know if I've got some weird little meme worm in my head that just something about his name and face got stuck in there, maybe. Or if it's something about Pete HEGSETH that will come to light, or some situation comes up that he either creates that's a bad deal, or he mishandles a situation for whatever reason. Alongside him, I also, or right before or after him, I kept seeing the word trespass. So I don't know what that's about, you guys. But I just wanted to share it because I don't know what it's about. There is a lot energetically. Understand, our collective consciousness is literally, it's shifting from this lower vibrational dimension. It's actually a different place in consciousness and quality to a different, new, higher room in consciousness, in human consciousness. It's a different, higher dimension, like human consciousness 5.0, and it's different. And the world that is created by that different consciousness, it may look the same in a lot of ways. The tree in your backyard will probably still be there, but everything will be brighter and clearer. The thing is, our human consciousness as a collective is literally leaving the version in which we project and accept power structures outside of ourselves, like looking to authority to tell us what to do, where to be, how to do it, what things are going to look like, what the parameters are for our life. This is how it is. Or power structures like government or institutions. Very honestly, even laws, eventually, we're not going to need them, because if you're already living from love and unity and consideration, respect for each other, how many laws do you need? No one's going to be raping and pillaging each other in that scenario. Think about it. Anyway, government's going to, down the road, 30 or 40 years down the road, the government's going to be very different, if at all, kind of. But for right now, we are shifting into individual power. Not power over to make anything happen or to protect ourselves. There's nothing to protect from. There is no threat. We realize our self-empowerment as sparks of the God consciousness, that we have the creative empowerment to create our own realities and to create and project and add to the version of the collective that we want to inhabit vibrationally. We literally affect the collective by what we add to it. And as we become conscious of that, we have a lot more empowerment to affect it, because we know we are. We're no longer like the dog walking around the living room and whose tail accidentally knocks everything off the coffee table, which is kind of, to a large degree, what it's been for a lot of people. It's like you start realizing, almost as if you were mixing yourself a cocktail or a wonderful drink. We're baking a cake. This is what I'm making. What would be really lovely in here? And you choose consciously the ingredients that you put into it. Well, we can do that energetically, and more we are doing that consciously as individuals, realizing that we choose for ourselves what to vibrate, what energies and ideas we accept or gently, politely reject, dismiss, decline. We are the creators of our reality. We start to realize that we choose the version of the collective experience reality that we choose to vibrate in. Paramhansa Yogananda once wrote that one person who is awakened and holding intention has more power than 10 people who aren't awakened and realizing that there's intention and empowerment in what they're asking for or visualizing. So the collective is literally moving away from power to structures, authority figures, governments, institutions, rules, to empowerment from the inside, self-empowered, love-based co-creators, creating the world we natively, as God consciousness, want to live in authentically, which is full of unity and cooperation and love and the best for everybody, because they're all us, right? Everyone in the world is you. I am an aspect of you talking with you right now. And interestingly, because I felt and feel that so strongly, that we're literally what we're doing is creating the tipping point. You've heard the 100th monkey. When enough people come awake and become consciously choosing co-creators and adding into our own personal experience, but also adding into the world in a very conscious, deliberate way, the more of us that are awake to that, it starts tipping the entire collective human consciousness. So that it just starts becoming part of what human consciousness is. And that is how we literally help the entire consciousness of the planet rise up. We're literally changing the version of human consciousness that we inhabit and vibrate in, and we help it. And interestingly, after posting that video a couple days ago, in which I talked about the fact that we're coming into our own personal empowerment, that we don't need outside authority figures. We don't need to project our power outside. We realize it's all here. I, again, turned on YouTube, see what was there, and there was one of the other dimensionals, Orxa from Vega, the Lyran collective of the Vega star system, talking about that exact subject, that the power is now being brought back into the individual, that each of us as God consciousness is empowered to create. The only power we have or have ever had came from within. We just projected it. We've been projecting it out there onto other things and institutions and structures telling us how to be. But now we're bringing it all back in as a collective and as individuals. The other thing that came up, I think, in that same video is that evidently, because I didn't see this directly myself energetically, I was just listening to the video, that the two highest timelines that were available, we were on one of them, and that I knew, and I had told you a while back, and I'm sure other people have too, that we were on a higher timeline. Well, the two highest timelines have now merged into one. And the thing is about this higher timeline is more people than anyone ever expected are going to rise and go into the ascension with us. Originally, I think I was seeing numbers like, only 25% will ascend, and then, only 50% will ascend. And I'm seeing, for whatever reason, I'm seeing the number 30, that was probably in there. The thing is this, those of us that are awakened and really truly vibrating in love and seeing everybody as you, as part of the God consciousness, part of you, and it's all beloved, and you just want the best and the highest possible for every individualized self-aware consciousness. That's all you want for everyone. Of course, we're going to choose and inhabit a version of reality in which a lot of people, most people ascended, because we don't want to experience a reality in which a whole bunch of people got left behind, feeling miserable. That's not what we want for our own experience, right? We're creating our own experience. What would I like to experience? Guys, if it's retribution and the bad guys getting theirs, you're not vibrating in love and compassion and unity. those of us vibrating in love and compassion and unity are going to want what's best for everybody. And therefore, of course, we will inhabit the version in which more people, a greater percentage, rise into the ascension with us. I wanted to share that with you and to sort of tie it all together, how it's being reflected in the energies in and around the planet and in our solar system. Don't forget, we did just have the full moon in Virgo, huge, spiritualizing the physical, making physical what is spiritual, taking away all the lines and divisions between spiritual and physical. And then the lunar eclipse, which further magnified and strengthened that same energy. And it was purifying and melding, blending the spiritual and the physical, bringing the spiritual into our everyday physical lives and experience. We've been having very active solar flares. And of course, whenever those happen, they're blasting ions and photons, which are packed with energetic upgrades and coated with information. They are blasting those over us, through the planet, through us, and thinning out Earth's magnetic atmosphere, so to speak. I think it's the magnetosphere. When that becomes thinner, we become more intuitive, clairvoyant. We go more, I'm seeing spiritual. You go more and more into your true being as spirit inhabiting a body. Again, there is no veil, but whatever veil we thought was there is way thinner. The intuitive is just right there. The spiritual is just right there while we're here in the physical. According to quite a few experts that I have come across, March 21st ended the Kali Yuga. And yugas, once again, I think I said this in another video, the yugas are cycles that I guess the solar system, maybe not just the planet, go through, maybe the whole galaxy go through, that are in stages, 4 stages. And the last stage, the Kali Yuga, is called the Dark Age, because that's where all the negativity and destructive and adversarial separateness, evil, I don't believe in evil, but evil, the Dark Age. And we've been in the Kali Yuga since about 3000 BC. So here we are 5,000, 5,500 years later. We're at the end of the Kali Yuga. According to several experts that have come across my attention, the Kali Yuga ended on March 21st. So now we're going into the time of light and love and unity and all of those wonderful things that we're all ascending to. At the same time, you have the equinox there on the 20th to the 21st that just happened. You have the planetary alignment, the energy of the planetary alignment. You have the Cazimis that have been going on, and I have to look at my notes to remember which was which. On Cazimi is when a planet is conjunct the sun, and that planet's energy is activated by the sun. So on March 12th, we had Saturn, a Cazimi on Saturn, which is all about power structures, hierarchical, boundary. I mean, boundary can be good. So, I mean, to a point you need it, but it's also can be very restricting and limiting. And so we had a Cazimi pinging the energy of Saturn on the 12th. On March 20th, a Cazimi on Neptune, and Neptune is unity, flow, intuition. It can also tank into illusion, delusion, hallucination. It's, there's a dark and light side to every energy. But everything that is not firmly physical, everything that is spiritual and flowing and intuitive, that's Neptune. Venus, a Cazimi on Venus, March 23rd, that's today, and Venus is all about harmony, love, but not, it can be representative of romantic love, but it's also very much harmony, unity, cooperation, like the lovers in tarot, 2 people working together, for each other's benefit, partnering. So we're having an activation of that today, the love, the unity, and then tomorrow, March 24th, we have the Cazimi touching Mercury. And Mercury is the carrier of energy, the mercurial. It travels everywhere and it carries energy back and forth. So this is a huge time. And then on top of it, of course, we have a solar eclipse coming up and a full moon in Aries. And full moons are huge. They're shining full light and energy on things. I'm just saying that energetically, there's a lot going on in the heavens. Oh, and another huge coronal hole just opened up on the sun, and it's looking like it's going to be hitting us in the next week by the end of the month. So lots more ions, photons, energetic upgrades, thinning of that magnetosphere of Earth's magnetic shield, so to speak. So lots more intuition, telepathy, oneness with consciousness, not so dependent on the physical, that kind of thing. These planetary energies are not causing our changes. Consciousnesses are changing, and therefore that is being reflected in all the activity in the heavens. It's also showing up in the planet. We have fires all over the place. We have volcanic eruptions all over the place now. We have seismic eruptions, earthquakes all over the place right now. So the point to all this is we're going to be in a huge energetic shift time, I think through mid-April, but really here through the end of March and into the beginning of April. And so I just want you to not be surprised by anything that comes out in the news, anything that goes on around the world. Again, if you're feeling things energetically, hold strong. Just let yourself be a vessel that receives and broadcasts these higher dimensional upgraded energies. If you start feeling wonky, breathe, get your attention back in your center, the center of your true being. Don't be surprised if you have some physical symptoms come and go. And you can think of it this way. We know what's going on. We already know that we've signed up willingly for this wonderful trip we're on, and that if things look or feel a little weird right at first, that's okay. You know what's going on. You don't have to be scared by it. Quickly, back to the 3 days of darkness. I keep feeling like it could be experienced by some or many of us, maybe all, as power outages, a blackout of communications for 3 days. It could be spotty, or it could be large swaths and blanketed. Could be the whole Earth. That I'm not sure about. And there could be a seismic or volcanic eruption of some sort that spews some toxic gases into the air, again, which may or may not affect you locally where you live. All I want to remind you of is, if any of that happens, and I say if because it's not definite that it will happen, and if it does happen, it's not definite to what extent or where, and no matter what's going on, you are always in charge of your personal reality. And so you will experience the version of it, if any, that you are vibrationally in tune with. So you don't have to worry about this. If any element of that comes up in your experience, don't be scared. Just stay home. If the air isn't really good to breathe, obviously, stay in, shut your windows, and just take it easy for 3 days while things sort of reorganize in the consciousness and within yourself. So just 3 notes that I quickly want to share with you. I will be doing a live spirit talk this afternoon at 4 o'clock Eastern via Zoom. The topic will be more on this difference in human consciousness from the old sort of 3.0 to level 5.0, and the difference that you can actually qualitatively see and feel, and the difference in the earth that we inhabit and project in those 2 states. And then we do open topic Q&A with guided answers. If you'd like to join me for that, I'll leave a registration link below. And of course, you can go to my website, www.kathyhazeladams.com, click the classes and webinars tab, and you can scroll down. You'll find Spirit Talks in the registration link there. The second thing real quick is I do want to let you know that I am still seeing clients one-on-one. It is part of my service. I offer 30-minute and full 1-hour sessions. These are intuitive, quantum, multidimensional, transformational healing sessions. And I do have a spring special going on right now with special discounted rates. So I'll leave a link below if you'd like to check that out. Thank you again for joining me today. Have a most blessed day, and know how beloved and supported you are. Not abandoned. I just saw that. How beloved and supported you are. It's like every higher consciousness in the universe, in the galaxy, in the universe, is just hugging you and holding your hand energetically right now. And I'm not kidding. So know that. Let yourself feel that. You'll be fine. Bye-bye.